everybody, it's Miss Shaw, and today I'm in my robe because we're going to do this lesson on budgeting. And a lot of people do budgeting not in their normal clothes that they go outside in or work in, but sometimes just take a day and they're at home and they're doing it in their pajamas, which is fine. I do it a lot of times too. So, what it is I many years ago I came up with this idea of how to budget to help me out because I wanted to make sure that my bills were being paid and that I'm not neglectful on these payments, okay? And so what I came up with was a way to do it. Now, I use checks, so it's the old-fashioned way of paying your bills, okay? But it does help you out a lot of times too, because if you can psych yourself out, I call it, in which you think that you don't have as much money as you do, your bills will be paid for, okay? And that you are able to pay your bills. I've had a person who they did theirs differently, but a lot of times checks were being bounced, okay? Because what happened was that this person relied mostly on the internet, on like when they wrote a check that the person would cash it right away and that the money would be taken out right away. For many businesses, they do not do that right away. What they do is they may wait a week or two or a couple of days afterwards and then take it to the bank, okay? And that because she forgot and because she didn't write the check number down or the amount down, that kind of it hurt the person. It really did. And so this way I came up with saying, okay, I don't want to have a bad credit score because with this person who wrote these checks, their credit score went down. They didn't have a very good credit score, okay? So I don't want this happening to you, but also at the same time, if you have a not so good credit score, this could help you start raising your credit score up a little bit, okay? And also to make sure that you do have the money to pay your bills and that your checks do not bounce, okay? So, here's what I came up with, okay? Now, as I said, I use the check system. I'm going to do it this way, okay? And if I'm looking to the side, I apologize because I'm having to look at the screen while also looking at talking. Okay. So what I do is I come up with the amount that I budget for. So I make a budget. I sit down and I look at all my bills and I said, okay, how much can I pay for heat? How much can I pay for my credit cards? How much is our bills? Because some bills are the same every month. Some bills are not. If the bills are not the same every month, still make a budget for it. Okay? That at least at every month I'm going to pay this amount of money. Okay? So, you write that down. Okay? And it can be a lot longer. I just did it very short. Okay? Who is it for? Like, is it for like the credit card company? What's the name of the credit card company? Is it for your internet? Is it for your phone? What is it for mostly? And write that down. Okay? And then when you write your checks out, you can kind of check off that you've already paid for it. Now, this is to be done in conjunction with something like this. Excuse me. Okay. So these are to be done in conjunction with each other. Okay? They're to be used together. Okay? And stuff. So when you write your check out, you record that check and you say, okay, I've paid that bill. Now, I usually pay it, my bills at the end of the previous month. So say for example, this is coming June, okay? I would write all of my bills out, say maybe June 1st. We'll just say June 1st, okay? If you want to do that, or the end of May. I write all of my bills out for June, and I date my checks for the 1st of June, okay? And then I write it out, and then I know, oh, I've already written all my checks out. Good. And then I know how much extra I have in my account here, okay? If I have anything extra. So on, okay? This also helps out, okay? So that you know how much you can spend without, like, having checks be bounced, okay? And stuff. Now, I know a lot of people do things online. They might do everything online, or they have a combination of both. This can be done with the combination of both, where you might have to write a check and you do online banking. I know for me, for my insurance, it's automatically taken out of my account at a certain time every month. So in May, when or the first part of June, I still use this registry, and I literally will date saying, okay, the car insurance is being taken out on this date, and this is the insurance company's name, and the deposit and how much it is, okay? So that's how I do it. And so if you know that things are taken out at certain times of the month, then that is perfect for this. Or if you don't want to use this, there is another way to do it. Right here. Okay? If this is like too much for you, or you don't have it, this one can do too. So for example, online paying, the date that it would be taken out. Who is that money going to go to? Is it going to go to the insurance company? What's the name of the insurance company? How much is that going to be taken out? What's the amount? And stuff. Now, you may have, like I have direct deposit into my account. So, you can say on a certain time, or a certain time of the month, you get a deposit. You write that right there. Okay? And then your balance. It is really important to know your balance. And the reason being is so you know how much, maybe you might have some extra money coming in. Okay? Or you have to write a check. So you know the balance. So that's why it's really important to know, to have this. But also you can kind of, when it goes online, you can see like what's the difference and stuff. So knowing your addition, subtraction, okay? So this is how I came up with it. And it's just so that I know that I have enough money to pay all of my bills. And then if I have any left over, maybe I might have a higher credit card bill. So I might pay a little bit more on my credit card to get my credit card balance down. Okay? Or I might save that money and put it into a savings account, because you never know, something might happen. Or I might put it into another account, maybe because I'm trying to save up for maybe some work that might need to be done on my house, so on and so forth. So you just figure out what works for you. This works for me, and so I hope it works for you. And if it doesn't, there are other ways to do budgeting. I will say, I'm going to do a disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor. Okay? I am a teacher, but I wanted to share with you a way in which it helped me. If it helps you, great. If it doesn't, or it's just too confusing, I understand. Don't worry about it. Maybe come up with another way to help you out, because especially if you're always coming up with, I am so short of money. you need to come up with a budget and a way to do it so that you know to make sure that you do have the money. Okay? So you just take care of yourself. I'm a little bit over 10 minutes. And just make sure you're taking good care of yourself. You're staying healthy. You're getting outside. You're at least, getting some fresh air. Maybe you might have the windows open, especially if it's a warm day. And that you're just trying to stay healthy and trying to take care of you. Okay? So I love you. You take care of now, and I'll see you when I make the next video. Okay? Toodles.